Well, it turns out there's no better way to do this than on LinkedIn. Now, this is Alex, is one of our clients from Kern Consulting. He said, had a glorious day today. I managed to sign another client for 14K and another deal with a client for 15K. So far, I've earned 45K in 3 weeks. Not bad. So I honestly didn't think this formula would work so well, but it's sort of taken off and now I want to share it with you. Now, let me show you a couple examples. So the first thing is, where do you find your clients? Once you answer that question, then we can move from there. But the very first thing is, where do you find your clients? So I just wanted to show you a couple searches that I've done. So let's say you work with CEOs or business owners. I've got about 8,200 here. So you can see these are CEOs or business owners. So if you work with that type of person, they are on LinkedIn. They are key decision makers. Now let's say you work with directors. Again, this is just in the US alone, but 4.2 million. Kind of broad, but still access to as many people as you could use with a single LinkedIn profile, which is amazing. So for the next year, you can use this strategy connecting with these key decision makers. Now, let's say you don't work with directors, but you want to connect with women that are in senior positions. Well, it turns out you can do that too with LinkedIn, and you can actually search just women that are in senior positions. Here's an anomaly, but for most of the case, 90% of the time, you're going to find when doing this search, you're getting women in senior positions. So again, if you're working with women only, then that's how you would find them on LinkedIn. Now, let's say you work in a career coach or a job coach or some sort of element or variation of that. Well, you can find people by doing a search for seeking and then typing in their title, say director or senior manager. And look what we found. It's really, really, really fascinating. Actively seeking a position. Seeking new opportunity. So again, if you work in terms of that career coach or business coach or consultant or recruiter that works specifically with people seeking jobs, well, we have 172,000 here. That's your market. So again, that's how you actually find out where your clients are, because in a lot of cases, not all cases, they are on LinkedIn if you're a coach or a consultant. So the great thing about using LinkedIn is a free account will give you up to 30,000 connections. So you can use this strategy all year long so that you create a consistent and dependable income. But the next question is, well, how do you engage? It's one thing to connect with these people, but how do you actually engage with them? Okay, so here's how we do this. Now, this is why I love this process, is because it's really simple and it creates goodwill in the market. So even if people don't book a call with you, you're still creating goodwill and spreading that goodwill in the market, which helps with your positioning. So here's how we do it. Okay, so there's really 3 steps. The first is you got to connect with the right market. Once you connect with people, then you send them a message of value. Okay, now you can ask them permission to send the message or you can send it direct. Okay, that message then leads to a video which has a call to action which leads to an appointment. Now here's 2 places where you can mess this up. We see this all the time. People mess it up all the time. The first is you connect with the wrong person. If you connect with the wrong person and then you send them a really good message that has really good value, it doesn't matter what you send them, they're not going to book an appointment. Okay? So you got to connect with the right person, the right market. Now the second place where you can screw this up is that if you do connect with the right market, but you send them the wrong message, then you still got crickets. You're not going to get people booking appointments with you. So you got to get these 2 right, the blue and green. You got to connect with the right audience and then send them the right message. Once you get those 2 things working, then this really just flows really nicely. And we've found that you can actually have one video or one piece of value, whatever it is that you're sending. It could be a PDF or an audio. We've had MP3s work really, really well. But it's something that shows your personality and creates value for people. If you do this right, you can use the same video for an entire year. In fact, I ended up generating 241 appointments over the course of a year using this strategy. And that's about 3 appointments a week. But with LinkedIn, with one profile, you can get about 4 or 5 good quality appointments every week. And it's really fantastic because once you get your lead generation really consistent and dependable, then guess what happens is that your income becomes very consistent and dependable.